Hello, everybody. My name is Matt Freeman, and I like to talk a lot, post videos on YouTube. And the reason I'm smiling and I looked away right at the last second is because I remembered to unmute my microphone before wasting an entire 30 seconds before realizing that I didn't unmute my microphone. Woo! Today we are going to talk about sex. Yes, that's right. You heard me correct. We're going to talk about sex. And I'm not going to get into details because that's not what we're here to do. What we're here to do is talk about some kind of interesting life choice, I guess, that my body made. So, obviously, by the title of the video, you could kind of already tell where this is going. And this isn't going to be a weird video, and really, the thing I'm talking about is not weird at all. It's very normal, actually, but um, practically end up having a conversation with an older-ish woman, not like super old, but older than me, and she was talking to me about the fact that this was about a week ago, mind you not, but she was asking me if what kind of girls I liked because she has a daughter who was with this guy for like 6 months and she really liked him, but he wasn't that good of a guy and the family didn't like him, and that's like a big thing for her is like she's gotta be with somebody that her family can get along with and all this other stuff. And I have this effect, which I'm not trying to sound like super pimpage, but I have this effect where I get along with a woman really well that's older than me, and eventually they tried to set me up with their daughter. And it's okay. I'm okay with this. It's just the funny fact I feel like what it is the mother is like, wow, I really want to bang this dude, but I'm like happily married, but I've got a daughter, and then that's how that works. It could be not obviously how that works, but it's usually how I feel like it works. And so she was asking me about girlfriends and relationships and stuff like that because you could definitely tell that this woman was like in her head thinking like I'm gonna totally try to hook my daughter up with Matt. And so I was telling her about some stuff, and really, don't get me wrong, I was not saying anything. That's why I'm almost more weirdly surprised that this woman was able to like catch on to some drift that I didn't even realize that I was putting out there. So like I explaining about my relationship life and that like how it's gone and how women haven't treated me greatly and blah 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 blah. And through the midst of just talking about all this stuff, this woman just stops me and she's like, "It sounds to me like you have a fetish." And me as a normal, simple American dude, I always assume that a fetish is something weird that I don't understand, okay? So, like, somebody who likes feet. I hate feet, so, like, feet disgust me. So, like, the idea that a girl takes a photo of her feet and sends it to a dude and he's turned on, that's disgusting to me. So, I just assume that's a fetish. And so, like, in my naive sense of mind state, I guess, I assumingly portray a fetish as something that somebody likes that you think is weird. Like that was like my global definition of what a fetish is. I never associated anything of my life with what could quote unquote be a fetish, and um, like I said, I always just heard of some crazy weird person. Like if I'm talking to a girl or a friend or whatever, and they tell me of some weird thing that some other person liked at one point or another, and you don't quite get it, like it don't make sense in your brain because you're like that sounds disgusting, then that's when my brain would just be like, well, that's a fetish, that's that person's fetish. So this woman, anyways, she says, I think you have a fetish, and I'm like, I'm not into weird shit. And she was like, no, she's like, I can tell you right now, I know what kind of fetish you're into, and I'm like, okay. And so she tells me, and I didn't really understand exactly what she meant by it, and so I kind of was like, "Can you clarify on that?" And so she explains more of what it was, and I was like, "Wow, that's I wouldn't say it's almost spot on, but it was close enough where it was like I didn't realize that was a thing." She's like, "Oh my God, there's fetishes for all kinds of things," but then She enlightens me by telling me of this website that apparently her and her husband met on 15 years ago, in which it's like a Facebook dating ish type site, but it's like people are open about their fetishes and they just go out online and they just post their profile picture and they put what stuff they're into, and then that way they can attract other people from around the area. And at first, I was like, that just sounds like a site that people are just gonna get onto to hook up with a bunch of other people. I mean, like that's doesn't seem like girlfriend boyfriend type. But A, she did say she met her husband on it and they've been together for 15 years. But B, I was just like that. It feels almost weird in the sense to think that there's this whole community of people who just put their stuff out there, being like, here, this is what I'm into. And she's explaining to me that the the thing that she called me out on that she thinks that is my quote unquote fetish, she was like, it's very, yours is very normal. Like, she was like, you'd be very surprised the amount of people out there that are looking for what you're looking for in a partner. And I was like, wow, really? And like I said, I just never knew that what I liked. But if you think about it, okay, and this is only thinking about it in a very general spec, okay? Say you're into doing something when it comes to sex, something that you enjoy doing. When you get a new girlfriend or you get a new someone new in your life, I mean, maybe some people are different, but if I had something like that, I know for a fact I wouldn't be reaching out on the first or second time we were banging to be like, hey, I want to do this crazy thing that you might think is completely bonkers, but it's something I want to do because I enjoy doing it. You'd wait a while. You'd wait until you felt comfortable enough with that person that you would be like, hey, I want to do this because this is actually what I like to do, and you open that up. But like as she's explaining it, when it comes to this website, there's none of that waiting around stuff. You could just like bang somebody for the first time and do it the way that you like to do it because it's you both know that's what you're doing when you're getting into it. And I was just like, wow, that's crazy. But I'm not gonna lie, I definitely got onto the website. Fortunately, you can just look onto the website without having to actually like make a profile. Um, so I just kind of looked at it, looked around, and was just kind of like, wow, this is very interesting. And but then it worked out anyways because she did set me up with her daughter. Weirdly enough, uh, because as much as it almost sounds a little too weird for a mother to be saying this about their daughter, but um, she said that she thinks that we would belong well together because my quote unquote enjoyment is what this other girl enjoys as well. Or this other girl, like I'm a girl. No, this chick that I'm now been talking to for over about a week. She's she's into the same stuff that I'm into in the bedroom. So it's made it to the point where there's no guessing game of, hey, let's do it. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like the beginning is so lame. Like the first few times you have sex with somebody, unless sparks are flying and fireworks are going off and it's like the best one you've ever had. It just feels awkward because you don't know how far you can take it, they don't know how far they can take it, and then you're all in this like weird mood where you just kind of do it, but like I said, you're not really doing it to where you want to be, and she's not really doing it the way she wants to be, and all this other stuff. So that's practically what I learned in the last few days. It's a very odd situation, especially the first time me and her hung out, because it was like, you know, her mom, I'm assuming didn't hold anything back from telling her about things her and I had talked about, um, because it didn't take very long for us to be hanging out before eventually sex became the conversation due to the fact of I am still. I mean, it's been only like 5 days, but my brain is still like blown away by the idea that I could have been like out there dating girls that were into the same sex that I was between instead of just going out and dating some girl and then just hoping that we compatibly match, I could have just been with somebody who I would wanted to have been with from the beginning. Um, it's just mind blowing to me because again, like I said, I what I would have defined at or what is being told to me as definitive as a fetish to me for the last 31 years was just me. I didn't take it as this is weird and other people find this weird. I've never had a girl tell me that I'm weird or that I do something that's abovely crazy beyond anything else. It's just there are obviously still things that we do, like I said, that in the beginning part of the relationship we might not show because of the fact of we want to make this person come into us, but we don't want to scare them off by saying something that they're not into. And then, like I said, the mere thought of now being with somebody who is literally into the same things that you are, it eliminates all of that, like, questioning of, well, if I do this, is she gonna like it? Or or in her eyes, is like, if I decide to do this instead, is he gonna be like, what the fuck, like, it works out very well. So, very odd topic to talk about. So I'm sorry, and appreciate everybody who sat with me for the last 12 minutes to talk about this. I Yeah, I guess if anybody really cared, I would tell you what the fetish is because I don't really care. Um, it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't make me sound weird or bad or anything like that. It's just that I'm uh here. I'll say it this way: if you're at 12 minutes into this video and you're still watching, I won't say what the word is that they call it, but I will tell you a very bland way of saying it. The bland way of saying it is I'm very controlling in the bedroom. So we'll leave it at that. Now, if you understand what that means, then maybe you'll understand where I was told. But that's what I was saying. I didn't know that having my sexual drive want me to have control of the bedroom area is some form of fetish, and that's why I've now been mind blown for like 5 days, thinking, "Oh my God, I have a fetish, and I didn't even know it." So, yeah, that's where I've been mentally thinking about this and talking to somebody. But hopefully you guys like this video. If you did, a like would be much appreciated. I'm sorry this was a very awkwardly strange topic to talk about, but I like to be open with you guys, and I know that some of you might watch this and go, what the fuck? And there's going to be others out there that watch it and probably do have some crazy fetishes that are like, this guy finally understands that what I might find weird is somebody else's normal. You know what I'm saying? And that's weird to me, and that's okay for it to be weird to me, but I also have to completely knowingly understand that that's also completely normal for them too. So, anyways, if you like this video, would be much appreciated. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to keep up with cool random conversations where we talk about this kind of stuff. Not usually, but this is an interesting one nonetheless. And I'm going to get off of here so I can go heat my lunch up that the lid fell open for, and I found it all in the bottom of my lunchbox that hasn't been cleaned in probably a month. So it's probably got nasty dirt all over it and all kinds of stuff. And I'm going to eat it anyways. Why? Because I'm a dirty ass American. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, you can click on it by clicking on the circular thing that's over here. It allows you to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to check out the other videos from 2022, you can click on this box right here because this one lets you subscribe, and this one lets you watch the other videos from 2022 and subscribe and videos. It's subscribe and videos. It's subscribe and videos. Subscribe videos. Subscribe videos. But I have way too much energy because I woke up 45 minutes before work today. I hate it. Goodbye.